Hello and welcome to my Facebook Live. Today is day 54 of 365 days. Did you know that in July it's already going to be day 100? I feel like the first 50 was like super slow, and I think the next 50 are going to come by like every 50 section of time is going to come by pretty fast. Before you know it, it's going to be 365 days. Oh my God. Which that gives me an idea for a live, which is about presence, because the one thing that I have learned in life is about being present, and that has actually allowed me to stay in my feminine radiance and my feminine magic, is not rushing my life, allowing my life to be what it is, and not consistently trying for it to change, needing it to be different, needing, the money to come in right now, and for the business to be as successful as I want it to be, and the marriage to come in right now, and the children to come in right now. When I learned to slow down and take a step back and really see where my life is right now, and be so embodied in gratitude, that it really shifted my reality so much and allowed me to anchor in where I am right now and continue to move forward in my desires from a place of I am enough, not from a place of I am not enough and therefore I need to have this thing and I need to have it now. I need to have that instant gratification because I am making myself suffer by saying that where I am is not enough. So that is definitely a piece of protecting your feminine magic and your feminine radiance. That is a piece, but that's not the main thing I want to talk about. I think I want to actually make that in its own specific section, because I feel like there's more that wants to come through with that. I don't know exactly what it is yet. I can feel it percolating. So hello and welcome. If you are new here, my name is Jessica Lozano, and I am a women's relationship coach and feminine embodiment mentor, and I help women have extraordinary love lives with the love of their life. Whether it's a single woman who's looking to call in the man of her dreams, I really help her to create that inner sacred union so that she can have that love. And then if you're in a relationship and you are with the love of your life, you're with the one, and things feel a little off and you're really wanting to reignite the love and passion, I help these women go back to that extraordinary love that they felt in the beginning when they fell in love. So today I want to talk about protecting your feminine radiance and your feminine magic. And I truly believe that us as women are magic. And it is a duty for us to protect this energy, this essence, what makes us a woman, Our feminine radiance, our feminine essence, our magic is what makes us these gorgeous, enchanting, alluring feminine beings. I was just thinking about this before as I was going live and doing the things around the house and thinking about what I'm going to talk about with you today. And we all, and it dawned on me that we all have this. Every single woman has this. Every single woman has this. Whether she's aware of it or not, and to what degree she is able to really expand upon it or not, right? But we all have it. And we all have it because men are so drawn to women. They love women. They love women. And the masculine is what is like the mirror to show us where we are in that feminine embodiment, in that feminine radiance and magic. They are the mirrors to show us where we stand with that, because we are the frequency that goes first. We emanate first, and the masculine responds to us. They are responders. They see something and then they take action, they lead. They respond to us. If you want a hint about what's happening in your relationship, if your partner is not showing up the way that you want him to show up, let's check your feminine energy. How is that being first? Where is she emanating first? And is she very much first in your life? Do you protect her? At all cost, do you protect her? Just as you want a man to protect you from stress, from someone who isn't doing right by you, from danger, whether it's household things or whether it's actual danger. This is what we want to do for ourselves, right? This is why castles had a huge moat around the building, around the palace, to protect from invading the preciousness of what's inside. This is why when you build a garden, right, you have like a magical entrance to the garden to protect it from outdoor invaders. This is why we have doors in our house and locks and keys and all of the things to protect the family that's inside. So protecting your feminine is a huge part of your duty as a woman. As a woman, protecting your feminine radiance, your magic, your allure is so important, because if you are not protecting her, you are either extracting from her yourself, or you're allowing other men to extract from you. And have you ever seen a woman whose looks like her feminine essence has been sucked out of her dry? She literally looks like that, sucked dry. Dark circles, sunken in, like skin is not looking as vibrant and glowy. And you know, perhaps she starts aging more wrinkles start coming in, more gray hairs start coming in. And I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with gray hair. There's some women that love gray hair and they love their natural aging bodies, which is awesome. I think that's great. And there is something to be said that aging, that stress creates gray hair. That's my microphone, right? So there's something that you can tell when a woman, when she looks dry, when she looks flat, when she feels flat. Where's the protection? There was no protection of her feminine. Women glow. Women glow. Have you ever told a man, you're glowing today? I don't think that ever really happens. Maybe they like, wow, you look really happy. But you don't tell a man you're glowing today. You've told women, wow, you are glowing. I've had that happen to me a few times. I remember one time I did this breathwork session for it was a breathwork retreat, and moved a lot of energy. And I remember just feeling really good and all the things. And they're like, wow, Jessica, you're glowing. I remember doing a shadow workshop and coming back feeling so alive, because up until this time in my life, I would walk around with like permanent bitch face, always angry, always mad, had all this anger inside of me. And after doing this shadow workshop, really letting some stuff out, I felt so good. I was glowing. To like, Jessica, you look amazing. You're glowing. I remember when I broke up with my ex, they're like, wow, girl, you look so good. You're glowing. And I was like, yeah, I just broke up with my ex. Like, I knew it. It was either like you're pregnant or you broke up with like a breakup glowing vibes, right? So women glow. Women, when they are in their feminine radiance and magic and fully embodied in that juiciness and yumminess of them, they glow. They emanate and radiate this presence, this energy that you're like, I can't keep my eyes off of her. Or like, wow, there's something about her. Men respond, men open doors, men pull out chairs, men help out. When I moved down to Florida, I've had more men help me rack and unrack my weights than I've ever had before. It's not like a lot. I wouldn't say it's every time, but they help. They go and they, you know, just because they want to. And because my energy is emanating, yes. I loved masculine providership, leadership, protection, assistance. There was a softness to my energy and to my glow where it's like she's approachable. She's penetratable. When I went to Turkey and with my mother, I could feel the men wanting to, there's like a freaking fly around here. Or not a fly, I think it's like, I actually think it's a mosquito. Don't bite me. I could feel it, men taking my luggage, opening the doors, opening my chairs. Here, let me help you. I was like, yes, thank you. Women glow. Men respond to that. Benevolent men, good men, great men respond to that. They feel it. They feel there's something in you that is like, even women respond to me. Like the women are like, there's something like women that meet me for the first time. They're like in that, are kind of into this work. They're like, you are like the embodiment of feminine energy. And I remember the women that we hold where I hold my ceremonies here locally in Florida, at the Meta Life Studio Center. She's like, you are like a walking image of feminine embodiment. And what they felt was that complete, well, okay, so then there was another woman who's like, you have like this dark feminine energy. Like it is so, like I can feel it. Like it's so palpable. Thank you so much. Women respond to me differently. When I started to understand this, when I started to knowingly or unknowingly protect my feminine energy. Your feminine radiance is your vital life force. Because women are eros. Eros, pleasure, sensuality, sexuality. This is us. We are of the body. When we are more tapped into this energy, there is a glow. There is a palpable feeling. There is a treasure in, an adoration in, a worship being of that glow, of that internal beauty that is emanating out. There is something. And what that requires are a few things. Number one, it requires you to stop over functioning. to stop over functioning. What does that mean? That means stop doing so much. Stop overdoing it. Stop extracting your energy. Stop working so much. Overworking. Not working, overworking. Stop hustling so much. Stop doing things for your partner and let him do for you. Stop doing things for your children and let them take responsibility. Learn what responsibility is. Stop over-exercising. Stop over-functioning. Which is overdoing anything. When you overfunction, you are extracting from your feminine radiance, essence, magic. I have not seen an overfunctioning woman and thought, wow, that woman is glowing. Wow, there's something about her. I just see an overly stressed out, moving from thing to thing, not allowing anyone to help out, not allowing anyone to give to her so she can actually receive and relax. Overly disciplined, overly controlling. I see a woman who is running on fumes. I don't see a woman and say, wow, she's glowing when she's over functioning. And I also see a woman who is seeking approval, who is seeking validation from the outside world. That is what I see. Freaking bugs. I think this light is attracting, but I really liked how the light looked yesterday. So I was like, let me put this on today and see how it looks. And actually, I really do like it better. So stop overfunctioning is the one thing. Number 2, stop overfunctioning. Learn to delegate. Learn to not do things for your husband or your partner and let them do things. Now, that's a whole different subject right there. Same thing with your children. Start approving of yourself and not needing validation from outside to prove that you are worthy, to prove that you are enough, to prove that you are successful enough, to prove that you are lovable. You are lovable and enough and worthy and successful as you are. So stop overfunctioning and extracting and killing your feminine radiance. Number 2, you got to learn how to receive. Would this be protecting? Yeah. Learn how to receive. Be a freaking damn good receiver. When you are a good receiver, then the energy can come to you. Things can come to you. Your man's going to do things for you. He's going to want to show up for you. Your family, your friends, your children are going to want to do things for you. If you're really, well, I don't know about children, but you're going to be a good receiver. Energetically, that would mean that they would, but children are a little bit different. There's different emotions and maturities and blah, 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 blah. Like in terms of, but money is going to come to you easier when you're a good receiver. When you're a good receiver. And a good receiver means that you are open. You're no longer over functioning. There's just like this pushing out energy. Being a good receiver, you are opening and allowing things to come to you. You're allowing your magnetism to pull in what you want. Because when you're a good receiver, you're good at saying thank you. You're good at being grateful. You're good at allowing help in. You're good at allowing someone to take the lead. And you're good at leaning back. So then that means that more wants to come to you. being a good receiver protects your feminine radiance, because the feminine is meant to receive. That is her primary organic function, is to receive. And when you're not receiving, you're pushing out, and that is extracting from the feminine. Does it mean that you don't do stuff? No, I'm not saying that at all. You have to do things. Obviously, you also have masculine energy inside of you. We need to create this sacred union. We're going to get to the masculine in a second, as a matter of fact. But learn to be a good receiver of life, of men, of service, of love, of your own enoughness. Number 3, stop overgiving to men with your sex, with your money, with your time, with your attention. Stop overgiving. Stop overgiving. We are not meant to give first. We give back from a full cup, which goes back to step 2. You have to receive, learn to receive, and to really give back from that overflow. From that overflow, not from obligation, not from this is what I should be doing, not from, well, I'm empty, but I want validation, not from any of that. This is where we had to stop over giving with the sex, with the money, with all the things, so you do nothing for the person who's on the receiving end on that. It's being of disservice to your own feminine energy, because you're just pulling and extracting from her, sucking her dry, sucking her glow out, and you're doing a disservice to whoever's on the other side and not allowing them to feel challenge, to feel uncomfortableness, to feel growth. And is extremely disrespectful to someone on the other side, because you're saying you don't believe in their power. And then number 4, this is where it comes down to your masculine energy. And what I was going to say earlier, when I said, when people feel me, when people say, wow, there's like this feminine embodiment, and which is really interesting too, because I've been in this online world for a really long time. And then once I came to Florida, then I started going out and meeting more people, and I could see where the women were over functioning. I could see where the women were extracting from their feminine radiance. I could see where the woman, they were not in their own sacred union within, where they weren't functioning from their divine masculine energy and their divine feminine energy. They were over functioning, extracting from their feminine, and not having really sovereign, sacred boundaries and standards. And I can see that so clearly, which is why I think when I started going out and meeting new people outside of the online world, they could feel something about me, and they could sense something. And it's because of this feminine radiance glow that I'm talking about, your magic, and the inner masculine within that is awakened and ascended and protecting your feminine energy, your feminine radiance, your feminine heart. And this is not about an armored shell, because that's different. Your awakened masculine energy is the one that has a solid standards and boundaries, and is able to hold themselves with a really erect spine from a place of love and a place of truth, and a place of, I love myself and I believe in myself. I know that I'm enough, so I'm going to hold on to this energy. I'm going to protect this energy. I'm not going to allow anyone to invade this space from me. Therefore, I will not overfunction, I will not overgive, and I will learn to be a good receiver, which is the first 3 points that I talked about. And this 4th point is about having that strong, sacred inner masculine awaken that protects your own feminine and discerns who is able to come in to your space and penetrate your life, penetrate your feminine energy. And this is what I've seen when I went into the world again. Like, oh wow, these women aren't integrated. Yes, hi April. So happy that you caught me live too. So having your boundaries and your standards allows you to not overfunction and allows you to rest and allows you to allow the people in who fill you up, who fill up your life, your love, your energy, and adds to your feminine glow, not extracts it out of you. This is why we have standards, and this is why we have boundaries. I don't know why this like thumbs up thing always comes up every now and then. I think it's hilarious. I'm like, why is it thumbs upping? Do you guys see that when it comes up? So resting. Women, we need more rest. We really do. And that is an important aspect of protecting your feminine radiance, magic, your glow, is resting. Opposite of over-functioning. Well, I don't know if it's the exact opposite, but it is definitely on the other side of the pole of over-functioning is rest, is receiving, is knowing who to allow in and out of your life. And it's not overgiving. Not overgiving of your sex, of your time, of your money. That extracts so much from you when you overgive. We're not meant to be the first to give. We are meant to be giving back because of full freaking desire to want to give back, because it feels so good to give back. Not to give back from validation, not to give back because then they'll love me, not to give because then, because then they'll be happy, even though it makes you unhappy. Like, gotta end that. That kills that feminine glow. And then the fifth piece here, when it comes to protecting your feminine radiance, and well, this would be more along the lines of awakening more of it, more of adding to the glow of it, would be awakening your sacred sexuality. Because over time, when you have not protected your feminine energy and your radiance, and you have given too much with your sex, you have given too much with things, when you have done all these, your sexual energy will eventually get shut down. And that is a vital part of your glow, because we are of the body and we are eros, which is your sexuality, your sensuality, and all like the beautiful pleasure. We are meant to be and playing in our pleasure. What does it mean if you never feel like giving back? That's a great question, April. It means there could be two things to this. There could be two things, because there is definitely an energy where we maybe feel a little stingy with ourselves and we don't want to give back because we're scared if we actually give that, that something's going to be taken from us, a feeling of like scarcity or something like that. I know because of being an overgiver and then swinging to the other side to specifically with sex and swinging to the other side of suppressing my sexuality, the giving back piece felt like it was never there. Like I didn't really want to give back until I healed my sexuality. So that's one piece there. Like, if you don't feel like giving back, were you an overgiver and then swung to the side of undergiving because through overgiving you felt you got hurt, you got into relationships that weren't enough? I'm also autistic, so I don't know if that's relevant. Right. So that could be a part of it. So this is where you have to tap into something that you have to ask yourself questions, right? So first let's talk about the other part of it. If you don't feel like giving back, like if a man is showing up for you and he's doing the things for you and you don't feel like giving back, number one, is it, even though he's showing up for you and doing the things and leading and, being a man, maybe there's just something energetically off that doesn't feel aligned for you. Like your heart doesn't feel aligned for you to want to give back, to want to fully give back. That would be one part of it. Or he's showing obvious signs where you're like, I don't want to give back to this guy because I feel like if I give back, then there's a hidden agenda to that. And I don't want to be a part of that. And that's when we have to really listen to that. Yeah, I usually don't like them. Yeah. If you don't like them, then you just know, like, okay, I don't like them. I don't want to give back to them. Thank you so much for the flowers, for the dinner, for the great conversation, but I don't think this isn't the right relationship for me. Thank you so much. And then you move on to the next. That is also protecting your feminine energy and radiance, because then if you start to give back to men that you don't really like because of, well, it's the only one giving me attention, or you're feeling men scarcity, like, oh my God, there's not enough men, so this is the man that's giving me attention, I have to, then you're just exhausting yourself and not believing and not trusting that the one is going to come to you, because in sacred union, there is one. There is the one. And it really takes you to confidently pass on the men that are not up to your standards, that you don't like them, and all the things. So you have to trust that. So if you don't like them, trust that. And that is a huge piece in also exerting your feminine energy, is trusting yourself. Like, I trust myself. And because I trust myself, I'm going to hold my standards and my boundaries and my intuition and confidently pass, or confidently hold this standard, or confidently hold this boundary, because I trust me. This is so huge. So huge when you trust yourself. It is like a level of self-love and a level of nothing can fuck with me because I trust me. Let me know if that resonates with you. So yeah, the awakening your sexuality, I think that's not necessarily along the lines of protecting your feminine radiance, but I will speak on a different piece with that one, because that one still is an important part of actually awakening up the fullness of who you are. Yes, it does. Awesome. Perfect. Super excited for our 24-hour Telegram coaching coaching in Telegram. I'm starting to get hungry, so I think my mind's starting to fizzle out. Okay, so that's it for today. That completes this live. And as I just mentioned, I have a beautiful offer right now that is called Awaken, Love, and Intimacy. And it is a free 24-hour coaching inside of Telegram for 20 women. And this is for the woman who really wants to deepen her love, her connection, her sexy time, and her intimacy with the man that she's with, or with her future lover. You have one or you have many questions that you really want answered, and you are really looking for that guidance, that clarity, that, like, what do I need to do, action steps, all the beautiful things to being a hot devotional woman and liberating your sacred sexuality. So if you're interested in that, message me. There's only 20 spots available. 2 have already been taken, so maybe more have come in since I've been on this live. So message me as soon as possible, and I would love to let you know what the next steps are. Thank you. You're welcome, April, and I will see you tomorrow on Facebook Live. Bye.